Hi, I'm Apurva and welcome to my series 100 Days 100 Problems, where I solve your PowerApps challenges and turn them into working solutions. Let's read our today's question. I have been tasked to create and live request application. For users, we need view current and previous request, option to create a new request. For each request, allow multiple days to be selected. For each day that is requested, have users specify the number of hours to be taken. Example, day 1, 4 hours, day 2, 6 hours, and so on. For manager, we need view current and previous request and select current request to either approve or deny. I've spent hours and hours researching, but so far I'm having issues finding how to be able to select multiple days each with their own hours for one leave request. Don't want users having to submit 5 PTO requests. First, we'll go to SharePoint and create a new list for leave request. Then we'll start by adding columns like leave reason, leave category, whether it's a sick leave, personal leave, and so on. Then we need a column to track when the request was submitted. So we'll name this as request date. Then we need a column to track the hours for time off. And then finally we need a status column to track whether this request is pending, approved, or denied. Now I'm just going to add some random data so that we have something to show when we connect this to our PowerApps. Now we need one more list to capture all the details of the leave request. First, we need a lookup column so we can map it to the parent leave request. Now we just need to add two more columns. One is for leave date and second one is for number of hours. Again, adding some random data so we have something in our table. Now let's connect our SharePoint list to our PowerApps. First, I'm going to start by creating a dashboard screen where we can see all the leave requests. For that, we need to add a gallery, and I'm also going to create two collections to store our SharePoint list. Once we have our leave request gallery, we are going to add labels and add the appropriate data. Then I'm going to add another screen for requesting new leave. We also need a button on our dashboard to navigate to the next screen. So let's start by adding that. We need a separate collection to hold the details of the new request. So I'm creating that. Finally, we'll need a form to capture the leave request details and a gallery to add the leave request details. Now, as per the requirement, we need to make this gallery or collection dynamic. So we are going to add an add button. For this add button, we are going to use the same formula we used on the onVisible property, but instead of clear collect, we'll just use collect as we need to add rows to the collection or the gallery. Finally, we'll also need a delete button so we can remove a particular row from the collection. Now let's test it. Add button will add rows to the collection and the trash is supposed to remove it. Also, we need to make sure that the form format is set to new. Lastly, we need a button to submit the leave request and the leave request details. First, we'll submit the form and then we'll set a variable to get the last submitted request. Then we'll store all the details from the gallery to the collection, and then for all the items in the collection, we'll push the information in the SharePoint list, and then finally we need to reset our form. Also, I need to make sure that once I hit the submit button, my new request collection is back to the original value. Now let's test our new request functionality. Now I'm going to add a new record and it should get saved in the SharePoint list. Here, note for the status column, I have added the default value as pending. So all the records were added successfully. One, the leave request, the parent record, and then the leave details. We have got two records added here. Now let's add our last screen for the day, which is the manager screen. Now the manager needs a screen to see all the requests and then approve or deny it. For that, we are going to add a gallery and we are going to filter our collection to only show the request which has the status pending. Then we need one more gallery to show the details of the selected leave request. Now we need to set a variable that whenever I'm selecting any record in the first gallery, which is on the left side, that gets captured in this variable. So I can filter the second gallery on the right side with the selected record. Now let's test it. So whatever record I select on the left side, it will show me the details of that particular record on the right side. Now we need to add two buttons, one for approving the request and one for denying the request. And finally use a patch function to update the status of the record. Now let's test this final piece. Once I hit check, it will approve the request, and once I select cross, it will deny the request. Now let's clean the app a bit and see the final look. So this is the final look. At the top we have count of total leaves, count of approved leaves and count of rejected leaves. In the middle we can request a new leave, and at the bottom we have list of all the leave requests and their status. Now let's check the new request page. At the top we have a form, and notice that I have disabled the request date. So whatever date you're submitting the request on, that will be set to that date. Then at the bottom we have the gallery to add the days, number of days and the number of hours for that respective day. So let's try and add a record here. Now at the bottom you can see I can add as many days as I want, and I can delete them as per my convenience. I'm going to add some days and some hours here. Notice that the submit button is disabled. So at the top I'm requesting for 50 hours. So I'm calculating the sum of all the hours in my gallery. Till it matches 50, the submit button won't be enabled. So I need to go up a little so I can add more hours, and then once the sum matches to 50, it will be enabled. As you can see, I'm going up now. It's still enabled. So I need to match it exactly to the 50 hours. Now on the home page, I have added a button to navigate to the manager screen. So let's see the manager side of the things. Now here I can see all the leave requests that are still pending. At the top, I have the total leave request, the count of approved request, and 4 pending requests. Now once I select any record, it will show me the details on the right side. It will show me the details of the leave days a user is requesting. And then in the middle I have deny and approve button. As soon as I deny or approve a leave, you can see the count going up and down at the top. And that's it. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.